Bienvenido, welcome. I'm Oni Boi, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. You know, so like for today, I was like, it's like, you know, like Mondays are usually my dev days, which is still gonna be a dev day, but just have been like kind of stressed out with my PC. I was trying to work on it earlier. It just kept freezing and I was like, oh my God, you know, like I'm just gonna take a chill dev day where like we're gonna take a talk about a little bit of combat design specifically. I think it's something that I really like and I think a lot of people will like. You know what I'm talking about? Really? I'm glitchy already? Are you serious? Come on. All right. I mean, I moved them over. Yeah, I think the controller's fine. It's okay now. Yeah, no, he was just off to a side. I know. It's depends on the settings of like different things when I open them up. A lot of times I have to adjust them before starting the stream. But also, hello, Mr. Ghost. Awesome to have you in here. Like I said, today it was one of those things. I was like, you know what? I was like working on my PC, but it's a little slow today. You know what I'm talking about? It's one of those days like it was just not everything. I tried to do something. I was like, no, don't want to do it. I'm like, okay, forget it. We're just gonna like hang out a little bit and actually, you know what I wanted to do? Let's see, Mr. Ghost, I have some good news. Ooh, what is it? I want to hear some good news. Good news is always a positive. Hold up. Why is it not? Let's see, Mr. Ghost, I started streaming more games and streamed like 3 demos. Hey, how was it? What? I mean, I'm assuming it was good, right? I'm gonna do this one, I think. What is this? I want to do, oh, you know what I'm gonna do with this? Where is it? I know, I'm like right now because I kind of want to I want to do like combat design today. Like talk about combat. I'm gonna like adjust it. Hold up. Good, yes, but one, I disagree. Oh, wait, what happened? What happened with this this disagreement you have? Let's pop this up here. Like drop it in here. I think that's okay, right? And this one, I want to put it on the top. Hold on, I'm like adjusting the stream, where I'm gonna put everything. I want it like around here. No, yes. I'm like, no and yes, yes and no. We'll figure it out. Why does it look so big? Over here. I'm trying to like adjust something. I don't know if you could probably see it. I'm like adjusting this thing. Let's put it like right here. That's about right? Yeah, I don't think that really disturbs anything. Well, let's see. Mr. Ghost, one demo was only 20 minutes long. The game is called Dark Deception. Oh, what's the point of this game? Like what's the deal? You know what I'm talking about? Like what is it? What kind of game is it? First of all, what kind of game is it? Action, adventure, horror? Like what's the thing? What's the genre? Just so I can get into the headspace of what you're talking about, Mr. Ghost. Because I want to hear, you know, it's a horror game. So it's a horror game. Third person, first person. Like what is it? What do they do? I'm assuming first person. Most horror games tend to be first person. But it could be third person. I'm a big fan of third person personally for games in general, if I really think about it. First person? Okay. So first person horror game. What else? What other elements does it have? I feel like in 20 minutes you can get the gist of a game. Ideally, I feel like an hour is like the best. If you could do like 1 hour for a demo, that is like a good solid chunk for anyone to be, okay, this is the game. Do I want to play more? Yes or no? 20 minutes, like I feel like a lot of people would be like want more from it. Really depends on what kind of game though. Oh, and if you're curious what this is, I was like, well, I like actually put in like some notes of combat because like in my game, you know, so if anyone who doesn't know, I'm working on an action adventure game heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. You go island to island helping people and creatures, and the creatures help you out too. So like pretty much, I guess like the easy way to imagine is like Legend of Zelda mixed with like Pokemon, or maybe like Kingdom Hearts, but instead of Donald and Goofy, you got these spirits that'll help you out. And I hope that people will really enjoy this game. It is a third person, it's a third person game made with Unity. If you're also curious about that, it's 3D characters. See, Mr. Ghost. Usually the game has a lot of power, but in the demo, it has nothing. The game is about having power, but the demo has none. Ah, no, see that? I see that's not a good demo. It isn't, because like the thing is with a demo, you want the demo to be in like a mini version of the full game. That's why I actually say whenever you see demos or they do the tutorial, I feel like that's not a good example of a game, because that's not the game. Like the tutorial is usually teaching you how to play, but I feel like if you're gonna try a demo, you should like just having like a little thing like, oh, these are the buttons. This should be enough. You know what I mean? Like, because you're already jumping into an experience that you're not sure about. Let's see, Mr. Ghost, you just run and the other 3 enemies who are slower than you. Okay. Hey, Flopix, welcome in. I beat in insane mode the first time. Yeah, I feel like that is a little weird for a demo. Mr. Ghost, the intro was like 13 minutes. Yeah, that's too long for a demo. See, that's the thing. Demos need to be a little vertical slice, like a little slice of the game. So you jump in and you're like, okay, this is what the game is. Anyway, so I wanted to do a combat, right? Combat design in my game. So if you're curious what this is, this is, I actually highly recommend anyone getting this. I kind of wish I was like I had like what's it called? A code or something for people to sign up. But Milanote is so good for anyone who's using any projects. Highly, highly recommend it if you have a project of your own. They have a paid version and a free version. So the thing is with Milanote, you put in like things and you make notes and you put pictures or whatever you want to do. So what I have here, so you see I have like melee. So like this is like how I'm like separating my combat, which I'm probably actually gonna change this up because I think I'm gonna change this. Now that I look at it, let's go back. I'm gonna make this into a board. I'm gonna make the combat a board one. Yeah. I'm gonna delete this just because like I looked at it and it doesn't make sense. There, jumped in the trash. We're just gonna make them like this. Mr. Ghost, I have 14 people in my Discord. Yeah, congrats. That's awesome. Oops. I went to in here. Here, let's rename this one to Melee. Melee. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, right? They give you like random symbols. You can choose whatever symbol you want. But I'm just gonna go with like, what do I want to do? Icon. Let's do a sword. Sword's fine. That's like perfect. Mr. Ghost, I played Little Nightmares 2 on stream. Super fun. I've seen that one. I haven't tried it yet though. I've not tried Little Nightmares, but it does look super fun. That one looks cute. So I want to change this one as well. Let's just get rid of this one. So I'm going to make them all boards, right? Defense. No. Did I spell that right? I think I did. No, I did not. Defense. Well, I don't know why I spelled that really badly. And you also played Doom 3. Those are all solid games. I mean, I haven't tried the first one. The first one you said, what was it? It was Dark Deception. I haven't seen that one, but the other one's definitely. Miss Ghost, I tried to play Mafia 3, but I didn't know it was very graphic. Really? It was really, oh, I didn't know that. I had no clue. Wait, why is it this color? I don't want that color. Go with green And then I'll make another board. We'll call this in range. Range. And then let's go with the blue. I'm gonna chuck this away. I don't need that one. Defense is actually perfect. Range, this one I want to do. Yeah, this one looks good. Okay. What's up, Aaron? Hello, we're doing a devlog. My poor chat eyes. What happened to your poor chat eyes? Oh, because of the graphic. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Let me make this bigger for you guys. I want to make that bigger for you. I feel like you guys are not like really seeing much. So I'm gonna put this. Where do I put this? Let's drop it. Oh, I want to put it like farther down because I'm looking at it and put it underneath the hand. There we go. Right? That's fine. Like, see what I'm actually doing, right? Because I looked on the top. The top, you're not really seeing much right now. Like I said, I'm gonna do this, but then later I'm gonna jump over. Mr. Ghost, I also played Phasmophobia. Never heard of that one. I mean, that sounds crazy familiar, but at the same time, not. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Ghost? Like, I look at him like, I feel like I should know this, but at the same time, that does not seem familiar. Like, it doesn't. Aaron, so yesterday, my brother said he was a fur and I made him a fursuit out of paper and a measurement head. Oh, really? That's so fun. You guys made like a cosplay costume? That's really cool. I remember like a while back helping Bingo make a costume for Halloween. That was cool. She was a dragon. That was actually really cool. Let's see, Mr. Ghost. I have like 5 more demos to play and 3 full games. Ooh. So actually, I am actually little, I think, I was mentioning how my PC has gotten slow, right? Hey, Slap, welcome in. We're doing another devlog today in a real RPG. Ooh, very cool, Mr. Ghost. Well, so I was going to say, you were saying you downloaded a whole bunch of demos, right? So that was one of the things. I feel my PC's gotten a little slow, and I was thinking about it. It might be because I download so many demos. You know what I'm talking about? No, she's younger. Bingo is younger, Aaron. Flopix, pretty organized. Coding, that's what you're doing, right? No, we're not doing coding right now. I'm actually going over notes. I just want, like, my PC's been like a little wonky. You know what I'm talking about, Flopix? It's been a little wonky. It's like really slow today, and I was getting frustrated. And I was like, I'm not in the mood to do anything frustrating during stream today. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go into the notes. It was Milanote. I don't know if you guys ever use it. Highly recommend it for any project you're working on. Any project, doesn't really matter. No, we're not really drawing today. This is a devlog. Slap. Mondays are devlogs. But no, so what I'm doing, I'm going over how the combat works in my game. Because before I mentioned the elements, but I didn't really mention how the combat works. So I was like, I'm going to actually do a little more into this. So here. So this is like one thing that is like I guess like a little different compared to most games, I feel. You don't see this too much in games where the melee, the defense, and the range interact with each other. So in my game, the way it works, here, I'll go over it. So pretty much, like, say you're playing my game, right? You're using a melee attack. So if you use melee and another, like a creature or another person, for example, is blocking, after a few hits, you actually break through the guard into a grab. So that's what's going to happen. So it's like you hit, like maybe like a 3-hit combo. Then after that, you are able to grab their guard. So with and then like each of them have like a strength against them, like in a rock, paper, scissors system. So if you're guarding, you're able to deflect range attacks. So after like multiple, maybe like 3 range attacks hit you, it deflects back. And similar thing with the range against the melee. 3 hits, you stun them. I'm just using 3 as like an easy example, like, you know, 1, 2, 3, stun, 1, 2, 3, grab, 1, 2, 3, deflect. I think that's a really easy, simple way of describing it. When we actually get into playtesting, it might change. Aaron, BRB, I have to tell my brother to stop barking like a dog. He's just being silly. Mr. Ghost, I have to play Overwatch, Warface, Clutch. Okay, I don't know that one. Far Cry 6, Batman, Attack on Titan 2. Oh, I have tried all of those except for Warface. Warface Clutch reminds me of another one, like Warframe. I played Warframe, not Warface. Warface Clutch. I haven't tried that one. I don't even know what game that is. Sounds interesting though. What kind of game is it? Okay, and so what other thing I wanted to do right here. Can I connect it? I think I can. Oh, that's what it was. Maybe I'll fix it. I'll make this stun. Stun. And then I could just get rid of this one. I was like looking at it, I was like, I don't really need that one. Right? And then let's change the color to the blue. Just so it's easier to understand. World War II. Oh. He sounds like, so you're into a lot of the action, you know, like the shooters, but except for Batman. Batman is like a different one. That one's like the only one I feel is not an action shooter. Let's do labels. I'm gonna grab, like I said, I'm just doing this. So it's like just like organizing my notes, and you're gonna see how I go more in depth with the notes. Which this is like really good for anyone who has a project, realistically. And it doesn't have to be gaming. It could be anything. Any kind of project, even if you're doing like videos or something, you could literally use this. So let's call this one deflect. Oops. Deflect. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. Now we don't need these. Okay. So from here, right, I have my notes. I have like paper notes. Yes, I'm one of those people. I like paper notes when I work on stuff. So one thing I want to go into is kind of like break down the type of abilities and stuff like that. So I'm thinking let's probably make a board for each of them. I'm thinking let's make a few boards. Here, let's like duplicate this, duplicate that. We're gonna make a couple, and then we'll like break them down into what they would actually be, right? And then eventually we'll put in like images and stuff like that of how they work, you know? Okay, so for this one, I want to go into, let's do like some projectiles. That's what I'm thinking mainly. They're like first things that come to mind. Let's go into, this is like a shell. So if you're curious what a shell is, shell are abilities, like this is like, obviously we're breaking them down, like very simple way of doing it. So a shell would be like a bullet, or a projectile goes like from point A to point B. Think of it that way. Mr. Ghost, I forgot. I have a Little Nightmares 1 as well. Ooh. Little Nightmares is like a good one. I haven't tried it, but I've seen it. Let's do bullet. I'm looking for like icons that match a little more what I want. No, I don't really like that. Maybe ball? I'm looking for a ball. Just like I want icons that really help me memorize, like not memorize, but like keep in mind what I want with this. Let's do like this one, I think. There we go. A volleyball, that's all good. My chat loves it. Yeah, they did. Nice. I saw Ohio said he was gonna go check out your stuff. All right, I'm back. Hey, welcome back, Aaron. So I'm thinking shell. So shell is a ranged move. Can you create icons with that? With this? No. This one is not like an icon creator. Ooh, but if you're looking for icons, Flopix, there is a free library online. It is like a game icons. He did. Yeah, Mr. Ghost. I remember Ohio told me, he asked me if you stream. I was like, yeah, you do. And he was like, oh, I'm going to check that out. So, okay. So for shell, like I said, shells would be here. Like, let's go in here. And then I guess like I'll do like a doodle just so you see what I mean. We'd probably put a picture in like the better version. Hey, Barbara, welcome in. Bro, what's up? I never seen you. Wait. I never seen you in a while. Really? I mean, I stream Monday through Friday. So, I mean, like, it's probably been a bit than you've been on. Here, so I'm thinking like a little circle, dude. And then it'll be like this. Goes point A to point B. Point A, point B. That is like the point of a shell. Right? Shell moves. This is how shell moves work. They go to point A to point B. Nice and easy to understand. Okay, so jump back. So this one is going to be in here. So that's a range. Let's see. Mr. Ghost, I didn't see him. No, really? Oh, he said he was going to go check you out. Aaron, is this where she is it preppy or is just still innocent? I would say the probably more on the innocent side, Aaron. And then Barbara, can you hear me? Did you not read it? I did read it. I did read it. But yeah, okay, so I was gonna go into, so we did a shell. Shell is an easy one to understand. I feel the next one, arc. Arch. Arch. I think it should be arc. Okay. I think that's easy to understand. Arc. It would be, actually, yeah, let's just draw it in. I'll draw it in, and then this one, similar thing, right? But this one, the way it works, it goes from A to B, but in a arced manner. So it'll go like this. This is how arc abilities work. Right? These are arcs. Nice and easy to understand. So these are also projectiles. Hey, there we go. So these are range. Both of these are going to be range. Then let's go into, like, I wrote down in my notes parabola, but I feel like it's just an arc. You know what I'm talking about? What do you guys think? Should I put it? I think I might. I'm not sure. I don't know if it would like really benefit. I can imagine a few situations where it might be useful. Or if you're curious what I'm talking about, here, I'll jump into. This is what I'm talking about. So, I guess you can't see it on. Hold on, let me. This one. Let me change this. Here, I'll put this. Man, I gotta put it in like a way where it doesn't bother stuff. Where'd it go? Okay. Bear with me, guys. There we go. I think that's okay. It's like a little whatever. I mean, it's a little off looking. Now that I look at it, but it's fine. I think for today it's okay. We're just doing a dev stream. We're just hanging out, chatting. But anyways, I was going back. So, point A, point B. So arcs work like this, right? But a parabola, they tend to go higher up. So that's like the arc, and then arc, and then a parabola. Parabola. But like, should I even make the difference? You know what I'm talking about? Like in the game, do you think it really matters to see this? Like, I'm not sure when I really think about it. Like, I think like I've seen it in certain situations, right? Where you see this in games, like a little bit of arc over something. Like it arcs over point A to point B. But like, and I've seen, you rarely see it right? You rarely see it where they do the parabola thing, where it goes up and then down. Usually it's shorter than the long range ones, but I'm not sure if it really would benefit. Like usually you do this more so like to go around defenses, right? So if there's like a character, let's do another color for the character. Let's say there's like a character right over here, right? Ew, that's a terrible color. You can't even see that. So let's say there's like a character right here. Hey, K Younger, welcome in. Like, let's say there's like a character, right? And they create like a shield or something. Some kind of like a shield. Something like a projectile in the game. So the benefit of having a parabola, it goes over and it could still hit the enemy. Where an arced one would not. It would hit the wall or something. You get what I mean? But that's like the only, it's very situational, I feel. And I feel like it's one of those, like I'd put it on like I might put it, but as like a little note. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, well, I might add that feature in the game, but not 100% sure about that. I'm not sure yet how defensive the gameplay will be. If it's very defensive gameplay, then yeah, sure, it makes sense to have the parabola in there. I think I'm going to do that as a notes. You know what I'm talking about? Let's put it in the notes. I'll put it in here on, wait. I'll put it like right here, like as like a note. Let's do that. Let's do parabola as like a little note. Okay, I'll put it more in the center. There you go. And also let's make it bigger. So like it's not like an official category, but I was thinking as like a maybe. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know what I mentioned before, where it's like, oh, okay, there's the like category, then there's the want, and then the need. I think this is like, I like that idea. I like the idea, but I don't really need it. You know, it's in like this category, so it's like, it's, or maybe it's more of a want. Like, yeah, I think it's a like. I like the idea, I like the concept, but it's definitely not a need concept. Going back to this one, right? So for this one, next one, this is like a one that I really like. I like this concept. You have a question? Go for it, Mr. Ghost. For crawl, I really like these. I love crawls in games. I think they're so fun. Crawl, this is a range, of course. It crawls on the ground. You know what I'm talking about? I guess I'll do the doodle too. Can you? Okay, hold up. And then let's do the create a board. Do that. Flopics. It would only, wait. Would it be only projectiles, or could a character also move from point A to B like shown? Well, I mean, think for Shell, it would be a projectile. What you're talking about is more of like a move. You know, like where the character moves through a space. Because like the reason I'm separating them in this manner, if you're curious, is for later for programming. It makes it a lot easier. Because what it ends up being here, I'll do it like by doing it in this way. So if let's say I make this shell, right? Or I make this shell script. This is like a script. It's called shell. So what it does, this shell script creates a rigid body, right? Rigid body. Right, so this script makes a rigid body. It makes it. And then this rigid body will have variables. So let's say, okay, so this rigid body will move forward, right? Move forward. Move forward. Right, it'll move forward and then it will also disappear. You know, it'll like disappear. Or let's say destroy itself. So what it does, it moves forward and it destroys itself. Okay, those are the two things, like the things that this rigid body will have in shell. And you're probably thinking, well, okay, so what does it do? So it destroys itself. Here, I'll do like this. So when it destroys itself, it'll have it'll have like different moments of when it destroys itself. Okay. So one moment is like time. So time, let's say like I don't know, maybe 3 seconds. 3 seconds. So like after 3 seconds, the shell destroys itself, right? Or this is like, so in 3 seconds it destroys itself, or hits a rigid body, right? So the shell, like whatever this, let's pretend I'm saying this is like a code that I'm going to make later. So this script or code or whatever, shell code, so it's a rigid body, it moves forward, it destroys itself. So when it destroys itself is after 3 seconds of being existing, you know, or if it hits something. A lot like, well, this is more of not a grenade. This one's more of like a bullet or a rocket. Think of it like a rocket. That's the easiest way, a rocket. Where the other one I was talking about, the arc is more of a grenade. Mr. Ghost, I'm redoing Ghost, Oni Boi, Dr. Toxic. Can I show you Ghost? And I'll tell you if it looks good. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And yeah, of course, Flopix. So the difference with arc is I would tell it, instead of moving forward, I would tell it to move in an arced version. And I'd probably give it some type of like homing. You know, where the shell, it probably just goes forward. Where with the arc, I would add in follow target. You know what I'm talking about? I'd add that feature to it. So you add these little features to these codes or whatever. Like I want to make it very like simple, like simplified. So what you were talking about, a character moving forward, I'd probably make it, instead of a rigid body, it'll be player. Yeah. Have a wonderful day, Aaron. But no, like, so I was saying, with the rigid body for the character, the player. So this one would be for the move. I'm just going to call it move, right? It just makes sense to me. So move, and then it's like player. So it would interact with the player. So player, I guess move, or if it goes forward, I guess moves forward, right? The player moves forward. It obviously moves forward blank distance. We don't know. It's just like a random variable. You know what I'm talking about? So then it moves forward until, I guess, like, what would it do? It'll move forward and probably do damage, of course. Move forward. That was another thing I probably should have added to this one. It destroys, also deals damage. I guess it would be here on this part. Right, if this one deals damage, right? So like obviously it hits rigid body, does damage to the rigid body. So going back to the move, so this is move, player, move forward, and then it would be like one of the things, like distance, right? Move forward to distance, or like this is like if blank, this would be collide with rigid body. So if you're curious, rigid body is usually what they say when it hits something, like things, like objects, you call them rigid bodies. A player could be a rigid body. Anything could be a rigid body. But with move, I would probably be a little more specific. It's like, it's player. You know, player moves forward, blank distance, or when it collides with a rigid body, causing damage. Right, this is like super basic. Obviously, if someone who understood like programming and code and stuff, like, they'll look at this like, yeah, okay, that's really easy to understand. Hey, Slay, welcome in, Slay Bean. Just talking about my game. Doing a little bit of a devlog today. Okay, so going back, I want to go back to these notes. What was I doing? This one is crawl. Crawl is like a fun one. Can you look? Yeah, I'll check it out right now. Here, I'll look off. Where is it? You sent me directly, or did you put in the regular? Oh, you sent it directly. Check it out. Let's see. Where is it? Ooh, I like it. He's so fun. This is such a fun version. You made him like very like, he looks very happy. You know? You gave him like a happy look. Which I think is like, it's a cute way, the way you did it. You know the hat though? The hat is giving me, was it straw hat Luffy vibes. You know what I'm talking about? When I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? It's giving me like Luffy vibes when I look at this hat that you did. Because your hat, at least the other version, what was the other version of the hat was not as round. No, I mean, it looks good. I'm just saying like the hat looks different. You know, or at least from the one you asked me to draw, that hat was a little square. Like, okay, so I'll do like a lightning fast doodle. I'll do it like here. So the hat you had me draw, you asked me to draw was more like this, right? And then the one you did right now, the one you just sent me, that one, wait, hold up. That one looks more like you gave it like, here, let me do, gave it like this shape. I don't know if you noticed the difference. There is a difference. There is a difference because like this one is like longer, like higher up, you know, and then this one is a little like wider. The actual hat is wider. It feels wider. So I don't know if you want to do that. That's something I'm asking. Like there is like a minor difference with the design of one being wider and one being taller. Slay, I'm from like 3 weeks ago when you were playing an anime game. I mean, I'm still playing that one, Slay. And I do remember the name Slay Bean. I don't think there's any other beans that come in. Mr. Ghost, well, yeah, this is not my YouTube Ghost. Infinite Ghost and YouTube Ghosts are completely different. Ah, okay. Then it's all good. I'm just saying if you're going with a different direction. Because this one, it's giving me like wider, you know, like one's more like a rectangle and one's more like a square. They're very similar, but they're different. You know what I'm talking about? They do look different. Here, let me erase this a little bit. That's all. I'm just cute. Like, they look good. They both look good. You did it on purpose? Okay, that's cool. Yeah. They look good. He just looks very happy. And it has like a little different of a feel. I feel like I'm the only one in the chat. No, Mr. Ghost is here. We also have Flopix is there. Aaron, actually Aaron just left. Kay Younger said hey about it. Didn't they ever really said anything? Barbara didn't really say anything either. Like they said hey. But other than that, I think they're lurking. There's a few people in chat. There's some lurkers and some people. There's like a few who are chatting. Also could be on a different area. Are you on portrait? Are you on horizontal? I do have different ones. Are you on Twitch, Instagram? Thinking about it, I haven't said anything to the Instagram people. Huh? I feel like Instagram's like, no, Instagram's good. It's fine. What about Twitch? Nobody said anything on Twitch. Usually people who talk most are the people on portrait or horizontal, if I'm being honest. Mr. Ghost, every ghost has a different hat and mask. Oh, I did not know this. That actually could be a really cool, like lore and mechanical thing too, Mr. Ghost. I would kind of like that. Like if you did like different powers for different masks, same with the hats, that could be kind of cool. And weapon, ooh, no, but he has a sword. That's the same one as your regular one, right? Yeah, he has a sword. That's the same weapon. It looks the same. Being honest. Okay, let's jump in. I was gonna jump into back over here. So I was gonna do the crawl. Crawl was the one I wanted to talk about next. So the way this one's gonna work, right? So crawl at point A to point, no, why did I put point A? Point B. But the way this one works, it goes along the ground and has like homing. So like it crawls along the ground, this one, which I think will be really fun and different. You do see this in some games, but I think it's gonna be cool. Okay, jump back. So this is crawl, we got that. Let's see, Mr. Ghost, I don't know how to make it look different. What do you mean? The sword? I don't mind going to, because the sword you have is just like a long sword, right? There's different kind of swords. Here, I'll do like a brief, like I don't mind doing a brief one. So the one you have currently, it has like the round, goes like this, kind of has like this thing going on, right? Your sword has like this shape to it. Right, you have like this shape. There's so many different ways of doing swords. Obviously yours is longer too. Don't ignore the proportions. I'm doing like super fast so you could get the gist. So yours is like a dual, like cuts on both sides. That's like one thing you could change if you really wanted to. You could literally leave the same thing, right? And you could just do one side. You could do like one of these. You know what I'm talking about? You could do like one of those. You could do it where it's like a curved blade. You know, you could do like more like a sitar kind of thing. You could do one of these kind of blades where they like kind of like flail out. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of these. There's like so many different things you could do if you want to keep the sword. You know, that's like, if you want to keep a sword, that's the one thing I feel like it'll be a really fun thing to do, just like a stream, just talking about like weapon design, because a lot of people don't realize weapons are so important in stories, and like, because they really tell you a lot about a character. Like if you see a oversized weapon, right? You're like, oh, why does this character have an oversized weapon? It could be a weapon that they got from someone else. It could be made by, for someone else. It's not made for them. There is a video with my face. Okay, Younger. If you want to see my face, there's a video with the 500 subs. I have my face there. When I get to 1,000, I will just do a live stream with my face. Just as like a celebration. Have an idea now. Oh, nice. What's the idea? Okay, so I was gonna go back. Where was I? Going back. Okay, so we have what's it? So I did, another one, mines. Mines are really fun in games. Those are also, I'd probably call those projectiles. Mines, there we go. Then drop that in. Why did I put a grape? That's so random. Okay, mines, let's do that. Obviously, character, and you just drop it, right? And then it's like, imagine something like that, right? I think it's pretty easy to understand. Yeah, a mine is pretty simple. Nothing too crazy about a mine. I just don't like that. Let's get rid of the grape. Why a grape? Let's do one of these. There we go. Yeah, that's easier to understand. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's terrible. Okay, now let's actually go into other stuff that's not range stuff. I feel like that's good. We have 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and like a 5 is like kind of like maybe, right? These are ones like I'm locked in, a mine, an arc, a crawl, and a shell. Easy to understand. I feel like it's really good. Yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I think those are solid. Let's jump into some defensive ones. So I'm thinking for defensive one, like a barrier, of course. Barrier? Did I spell that right? I think so. Wait, it's a video or a live stream? It's a video, K Younger. It's a video, but when I get to 1,000, I'll do a live stream with my face. But I did do one with my face when I got to 500, just like a video, like, hey, thank you guys so much for the 500. I did one of those. So I'm thinking for this one, let's do another doodle. Thinking like this, the character, and then it will just be like a basic shield. I feel like that's nice and easy to understand. Right? Nice and easy. It just blocks whatever it is in front of it. Defense. Let's make a few more of these duplicates. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. And you could also put images in here, which that's the whole point. Later on, we'll fill these up with images that I'll doodle or whatever. Throw a few of these around here. And then let's do, which one next? Oh, shelter. Shelters are a good one. Shelter. Usually shelters are slower. They take too much energy. You found it? Yeah. You can see what I look like if you're that curious. I'm not like hiding my face. I don't mind like showing my face. It's just, I like cartoons. I love cartoons. You know? There we go. Shelter. And that way it works. Like something like this. Oh. That looks bad. There we go. Something like this. This is like a shelter. The way they work, they're able to counter all directions. You know? But they'll probably waste more energy or be a lot slower. That's like the concept behind them. I feel like these really work really well. Next one, I want armor. I'm thinking. Yeah, armor. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let's go back. Rename armor. Armor's more of like a, I would say probably like a more like a buff or something, kind of like, probably not as good as like the other ones, right? So it still counters all directions. You know, it still works all directions, but it's just not as good. It's probably like lighter weight, probably wastes less energy. Well, like when we actually get to that, like into the nitty gritty of it, I think. Here, and then like, I think what will be the next one? What's another defensive type of skill? So we got a wall, we got a shelter, we got like armor. What else would be something else? Would be work well? Oh, maybe like a dodge. Like I think a dodge could work. Right? Mr. Ghost, I thought better about it and I won't modify it. No. Okay. That's like, there's different ways you could do it. If you wanted to modify, if you want to do like something really simple, Mr. Ghost, you could leave it how it is, right? Like you have like this style, right? What you could do is just one of these. You could just do one of these. You know what I'm talking about? These used to see these in like different, they were made more for like deflecting blades. You could even do like the double one. I've seen a lot of these. You see these more like fantasy stuff. They're not like they're not like practical. But in like real life, you would see like one. You know, in real life, you'd see like these. These were actually practical. They were useful because someone would try to attack you or whatever. The blade would slide off. It would really mess with people when in combat. AK Younger. You saw me. You saw my beautiful face. No, I'm joking. I'm just teasing. But no, so I was thinking like the dodge. We'll call this one like a dodge. Where these are like you active. That's not dodge. Okay, I spelled dodge wrong. There we go. So dodge would be, I guess it moves your character, right? It would just be like, let's see, something like this. and then just like have the where? Something like that. Yeah. I guess, well, no, but I would want it to be different. Hold up. Oh, I know what we could do. We could just like a different color. Like a pink. So it goes like, it moves over, right? I think that works. Well, like this is like a dodge. The character just moves to dodge or avoid combat or whatever. I think that, well, I'm just like thinking, what? Well, would I call it a dodge? I feel like dodging is just, it's just like a roll or something. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. I think we're not using a dodge. You know, we could do a parry. A parry could be okay. Like an automatic parry. Yeah, have a wonderful day, K Younger. I'm probably gonna wrap it up really soon either way. I don't like this. I'm gonna erase this. I'm not sold on the dodge. The dodge one, I feel like you could just move out of the way. I feel like if it was something else, it would be better. You know? I'm not sure what we could do for the dodge. Well, I think I'm looking at it. I think I'm gonna kind of wrap it up a little early. Like looking at the time. I was thinking like about the hour, but it's about Marty there. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Wait, what is the best Super Bowl halftime show? No clue, K Younger. You're asking the wrong person. I never watched the Super Bowl, not even once in my life. Like it zero interest with the Super Bowl. I've watched sports, like I have watched football before, but I've never watched the Super Bowl. I think, what did I ever? I don't think I've ever watched the Super Bowl. I've watched like fights. I used to watch like UFC fights all the time. I've even been to some baseball games, but I never actually cared enough to like follow the sport. Like it's like if I watch, it was like for fun with friends, but it was never like I was never like invested enough to care. You know, you know what I mean? But sorry. Like I said, I'm not the right person for that one. But I think I'm gonna be out of here. You love baseball? Nice. I like baseball. It's fun. It's a fun game to watch, you know, like, and to play both. Yeah, I think I'm out of here. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Hope to see you all very soon. See you night. Wait, let's see. Goodbye, Mr. Ghost, K Younger, Flopix, Slaybean, Aaron, Barbara. I think Slap was also here earlier. Who was it? I think Slap was here. It's like Slap Battle was here earlier briefly. What else? Who else? Was that it? I'm like looking through. I'm like going back to make sure I said goodbye to everyone. You know, I like saying goodbye to people. I think that is it on Twitch, Instagram. Nothing. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Have a wonderful day. See you next time. Goodbye.